welcome to this week's class. I'm Francesca. Thanks for joining me. Today's class is all going to be about spinal health, or more specifically about strengthening poses that we can use to strengthen the muscles that support a nice, solid, healthy spine and help us to maintain a healthy posture. So to start with, you might, like me, want to be sitting up on a block or a blanket or a bolster. You don't need to be, but it might be nice just to have your hips a little bit elevated. And we're just going to start by coming into our breath a little bit and using our breath to help us engage the abdominal muscles, specifically the TVA, transverse abdominals, which can really help us to maintain a nice, solid, secure spine. So I'm going to invite you just to bring your hands to your abdomen, kind of cradle your belly in your hands. And this is a moment when it's absolutely fine to just let it all hang out and not hold it in, because what we're going to do is actually work with our breath to start practicing engaging these muscles in a very deliberate way. And what we want is to practice this until it becomes habitual, till it becomes second nature and the muscles actually do this this kind of voluntary holding of the spine. So just bringing your hands around your abdomen, just take an exhale, just empty out your lungs of whatever's left in them. And then we're going to take a nice big inhale. And as you do this, think about filling in the abdomen like a balloon. Really feel it expand under your hands. And with the exhale, feel it falling back towards your spine and towards your low back. Just take it a few times and see if you can find that feeling. It's expansion and pressing forward of the stomach. And then a sense of falling of the stomach underneath your hands. And once you think you have that feeling, take another inhale. But this time, as you exhale, think more consciously about drawing the stomach muscles in. So as you exhale, you've got that natural softening of the abdominals back towards the spine, and see if you can slightly exaggerate that and activate through your abdominals. Inhale, let everything come forward. And exhale, everything sucks back in towards the spine. Take that once more. And this time, as you start to come closer to your spine, imagining starting to draw the stomach muscles up a little bit. Inhale to fill, and exhale, draw in and up. Take that one more time, and start to imagine that as you draw your abs in and up, they're sticking to your low spine. So you're kind of drawing your belly button in and up to stick it to your low spine. And once you've got that feeling, now we're going to start to use this to help align our posture. So take a nice inhale. With your exhale, draw your abdominal muscles in and up towards your spine. And as you do this, notice if you have an instinct to start to straighten your spine a little bit. Take an inhale and exhale, draw those muscles in and micro adjust your spine in response. See if there's a sense of lengthening, creating space as you draw your abdominals in. Keep playing with that for a few breaths. With every exhale, as you draw the abs in, make these little micro adjustments. Tailbone down, shoulders back and down, just lengthening and creating more space for the spine. We'll take that once more. This time, see if you can just hold that posture and notice how it shifted and changed from when we started with that breathing practice. Do you feel a little bit taller? Do you feel like your abdominals are more engaged? Do you feel if your spine is a little bit lengthier or maybe more supported? Let's just stay in that nice engaged posture, but bring the left fingers out to the side, right arm up and over, and just stretch through the side muscles. Get a nice long stretch through the side of the body. And you could bring your hand behind the back of your head, cradle your skull here, and slightly lengthen through the neck. So there's a bit of a tuck of the chin, the neck lengthens. And then maybe you start to turn your shoulder and your chest up towards the ceiling. And take a big breath there. Let it go. Bring yourself back to center and take one round of expansion, contraction with lengthening. Right fingers walk out, left arm comes up and over. Stretch out the full length of your side body. And maybe bring that hand behind the back of the head and slightly lengthen the neck. Chin tucks in a little bit, feel that length along the spine, and maybe you start to turn that shoulder, that elbow, that chest up towards the ceiling. Take a breath. Let it go. Come back to center. And once again, let's inhale and exhale in, up, and lengthen the spine. Let's just drop the right ear towards the right shoulders. Maybe you want to bring the left hand behind your back here and just take some little yes and no motions with the neck. Try and drop that left shoulder away. Just flossing through the fascia at the side of the neck, the tops of the shoulders. Let's bring the chin down to the chest. Bring your left arm out. Just rock the head side to side, feeling into the back of the neck, top of the trapezius muscles. And roll over, left ear over left shoulder. Maybe the right arm comes behind your back. And again, little yes and no's. Just follow your inner instincts here. Flossing out the shoulder, flossing out the side of the neck. Notice if your posture started to collapse in. You could still do that breathing practice even here. The chin come down to the chest again. Hands come to the knees. Drop the head a little bit side to side, yes and no. If you want to stretch the back of the neck a little bit more, interlace the hands against the base of the skull. Elbows come in and gently lengthen the top of the neck from the bottom of the neck. Big breath. And let it go. Gently release. And we'll come off the block and we'll come onto all fours. You just move that block over to one side. And find yourself in all fours. We'll just warm up a little bit first of all. Just keep the toes tucked. Rock back towards the toes. Rock forward. Maybe you want to go even a little bit past your wrists here and get a bit of a wrist stretch. And maybe take some circles as well through the right wrist, right knee, left wrist. And the other way. And center over the wrists. And let's just now think about moving the chest in a big circle. So drop the chest down, up to the right, around the back, down to the left. So like you're moving the rib cage, or even my teacher Lydia calls this like you're trying to scrape the last bit of honey out of the honey jar. And take it the other way. Really focusing on the rib cage. I'll come back just for a moment, just to sit on the toes. You might need to tuck the little toes under and just shake out the wrists a few times. The whole arms, just taking the weight off. And then we'll come back onto our all fours. Now we're going to do that breath pattern again. So here we're going to think about the TVA again. So take a big inhale and feel the belly fill. And then take an exhale and draw the belly up towards the spine, sticking it towards the spine. Try that once more. Fill the belly, draw the abdominals up and in. Now you might notice already that your body is adjusting as you move your abdominals. So we're going to lean into that. So take another inhale. And this time, as you exhale, draw the abdominals in. Let the tailbone start to tuck under. The back start to arch towards the ceiling, pressing the floor away with the hands and dropping the head down. So you're in your angry cat pose. And then take an inhale, coming back to neutral, but maybe as the belly fills, you go a little bit further, the belly drops, tailbone moves up, shoulder blades squeeze together and you're looking forward. Now, you could get a stretch through the front of the throat here, which is what we tend to do. But if you often take this extension through the throat, because we're thinking about the spine here, instead I just invite you just to tuck the chin a little bit here and feel length through the back of the spine instead. So the gaze will stay looking more down towards the floor, away from the mat, and the length will be through the back of the neck. Okay, so exhale, drawing the spine in, up, and you're moving from your abdominals. Inhale, filling the belly. Let the tailbone drive up, length through the spine. Exhale, draw the abdominals in and up. Let that carry you into a cat pose. Inhale, the belly fills. Take one more. And come back to neutral. And we're going to find neutral now. So at this point, we're going to draw the abdominals in, but just enough to support your back, finding a nice space across the low back before the tailbone fully tucks under and preventing it from tilting up. So just finding that security in the low back. Just play with it a little bit. Rock the pelvis. Find what feels like neutral, like a strong posture for you, and then just draw the abdominals in enough to hold yourself there comfortably. And then move your hands forward or back to wherever feels like you can push the floor away and broaden through your shoulder blades so the whole of your back feels strong and lengthened. Practice with your neck until you find the position where the back of the neck is long. And this is your neutral spine. So we're going to work from a neutral spine now. So we're going to bring the right leg out behind us and lift it just enough off the mat until your spine starts to want to adjust. I'm over exaggerating, but you can see like that curve in the spine. So you'll find your neutral spine and then lifting the leg just high enough that you can maintain that neutral spine, lengthening through the foot. Tap down and lift. Tap down and lift. There should be little to no movement in your back. So we're just isolating through the glutes, the psoas muscles, the hip flexor, the hamstrings. Take one more. And then see if you can hover, micro adjust for your neutral pose, and then curl the foot in towards the glute and stretch it away. A couple more of those. Doesn't have to be high. We're thinking about integrity and length rather than height. Take one more. And then draw the knee to the chest and curve in. Knee and nose meet. And then stretch it behind you with your neutral spine. And then bring it in, knee to nose, pressing the floor away. Bring it back, neutral spine. Once more. And then away. Find your neutral spine. And then we're going to swing that leg out to the side, plant it, so that you can come up onto your left knee and your right foot, so you're in gate pose. I'm just going to turn around so that you can see. And so your foot, probably maybe the middle of the arch or perhaps the heel of that right foot, is in line with that left knee, and thinking about leveling off the hips here. Take a little shimmy and find that neutral place. Take a breath in, fill the belly. Exhale, draw it in and up. Lengthen the spine. Bring the hands behind the back of the head. Take another breath in, another breath out to lengthen. Inhale, we're going to just tilt the upper body to the right. Exhale, come up. Twice more. And then we'll go the other way. Using your obliques, strengthening the side abdominals here. The lower body doesn't move much. Stability, holding your spine. Beautiful. Come back, we're going to pivot round. Well, I'll pivot, you won't pivot. Just bring that knee in, big toes together, knees wide apart. Walk the hands forward, just take the weight off the shoulders for a moment. Stretch out and see how your spine is feeling. Whether it's nice and long, whether there's a sense that you've worked it a little bit, whether there's some comfort through the hip. And let's walk up. Let's take it to the other side. So find your neutral first of all. Notice if anything's changed, tailbone. Find that middle spot. Draw the abdominals in and up. Press the floor away, broaden the shoulder blades. Find that neutral place for the spine. Once you feel secure, left leg comes out behind you and lift it just enough to maintain neutrality. Now, it's a lot harder for me on this side, so I'm really having to think about this one. So notice if there's differences left to right. Notice that's really normal. And then just start tapping the foot down, lifting it up, using the abdominals to support a long, straight spine. Take one more, hold it, and then see if you can curl the foot in and lengthen away. One more. And then bring knee to chest. Tuck under, nose to knee. Straighten, find your neutral. Twice more. And then swing the foot out to the side. Find your gate pose. Here we are. Left foot in line with your left knee. Engage your abdominals. Inhale. Exhale, in and up. Hands behind the back of the head. Inhale. Exhale. And 3 little crunches to the left. And 3 to the right. Come out of your gate pose. Knees down. This time tuck the toes, walk the hands forward and press up to down facing dog. And here you can engage your abdominals again. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Draw in and up. And notice as you do this, maybe a lengthening of the spine, tilting the pelvis up towards the ceiling, pressing the floor away from you. Can you broaden the shoulder blades? Yes and no with the head. Find that neutral place for the spine where it's comfortable, maybe glancing down or back towards your feet. Take a big breath. Let it go. We're going to lift the right leg up to the ceiling, bend the knee, just to open up the hip, and then bring the knee to the chest, shift the weight forward, shift the weight back, and lift the leg. Bend the knee, knee to the chest, shift the weight forward, straighten back behind you once more, bend the knee, knee to chest. You've shifted your weight this time. Step that foot forward, somewhere between your hands. Drop the back knee down, coming up, 90-90 lunge. So 2 90-degree angles. Inhale, exhale. Bring the arms up. Take hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Lift up towards the ceiling and stretch over to the right. Side bend through that side body. Straighten up. Bring the hands down. Come into a little modified side plank. So swivel round on this left knee and straighten that right leg out. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Find length down the whole of the right side of the body. Take an inhale, and with your exhale, shift your weight onto your left knee. Bring your knee and your elbow together for a crunch and straighten them away. Twice more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Stretch it away. Use your obliques to come up in gate pose. Swivel. Take a little half split, little stretch through the hamstrings. Shift your weight forward. Tuck the toes. Step back. Down facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Draw the abdominals in. Press the floor away. Hips towards the ceiling. Left leg rises. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. Knee to chest. Shift the weight forward. Straighten the leg behind you. Bend the knee to open the hip. Knee to chest. Find your strong plank. One more. Leg rises. Bend the knee. Bring it to chest. Step it through. Drop the back knee. Up. 90-90 lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out. Draw the spine up. Arms come up. Left hand takes hold of right wrist, stretches up and over. Side bend. Lifting up. You're going to pivot. I've realized I'm on the wrong side of the mat here. So you're going to pivot onto your right knee. Left leg comes straight, right hand comes down. Left arm up and over. Stretching from left fingertips to left toes. Long modified side plank. Shift the weight onto your right hand, right knee, left elbow meet, and stretch. Twice more. Hold. Use your obliques to come up, back here into your little gate pose, pivot. Little half splits for a moment. Stretch through the back of the hamstrings. Find a low lunge, plant the hands, step back, Down facing dog. Last time. Draw the abdominals in and up. Find your strong position, long spine. Little adjustments. Bring the knees down, widen them. Feet together, hips towards your heels. Walk the hands forward. Find your child's pose. And gently walk the hands back in. Drop the hips to one side, swing the legs out. We're just going to roll down onto our backs. Find a comfy position. Bring the feet up close to your hips, about hip width apart. Knees in the center of your hips are in one long line. Arms can rest at your sides. Take an inhale. Exhale. Draw the abdomen in and up. Notice your pelvic floor is maybe responding as you do this. Tailbone starts to lift. Just allow it to start to come up off the mat, lifting up into a bridge pose. Hold for your breath and roll down. Let's take that twice more. Take an inhale. Exhale, abdominals draw up and in, pelvis tilts, lift up. Your breath in and lower on your exhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale, abdominals, pelvis, lift. Your breath in and exhale. Come back up into your bridge. And this time we're going to hold the bridge. So we're going to press the feet down into the mat, press your shoulder blades down into the mat, and start to think about lengthening from the base of your spine all the way along the back of the body, back of the legs, towards the back of the knees. Think about your knees and your feet moving away from your neck. Draw the abdominals in. See if that gives you more stability. Engage your glutes. Keep breathing. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and controlled roll down. Beautiful. Stretch the left leg away from you. Bring the right knee in. Draw it towards the chest. Little squeeze. Stretch the left foot away from the right knee. And then just draw that right knee over the body. Right arm can come out to the side. Just find your twist. Releasing through the back. Let your breath return to normal. Let your abdominals be soft. Gently roll back onto your back. Straighten the right leg. Draw the left knee in. Squeezing in towards the chest. Lengthening the right foot away from the left knee. And then draw that right knee across the body. Left arm out to the side. Find your twist. Relax the abdomen. Relax the hips, shoulders, the low back. Rolling back onto your back. Maybe bring the knees in towards the chest. And let's just take this little sort of pumping action, using your hands to draw your knees away from you and draw them back in. Try and make your hips really soft here, so your knees are doing the work. You'll feel yourself rolling across the bowl of your pelvis and your tailbone. And then maybe you take the knees in a circle one way, a circle the other. Draw the knees in. Maybe you want to take hold of the ankles, press the feet together, let the knees fall out, little reclined butterfly pose. You could take happy baby if you preferred. Relax the abdomen, relax the hips, the shoulders. And then gently straighten the legs away. Relax the feet, relax the hands. Allow the floor to hold you. And just feel into the full length of your spine. Noticing all the contact points between the back of your body and the floor. Noticing any sense of length, any feelings of release, or anything's been hydrated or strengthened. And notice the whole of the front of the body. Notice the muscles that you've worked. Notice the sense of spaciousness above your body. Notice the sides of your body, the right side and the left side. The muscles that you've worked. The strengthening, the stretching that you've done. I just invite you to stay here for at least 10 nice, slow, deep breaths. Maybe if you have time, you can stay longer. Just allowing your body to relax, allow your fascia to relax, your muscles to get soft. And all the work that you've done, even if it's quite subtle work, to just settle into the body, give it a chance to take on board those movements, file them away. With practice, that kind of engagement of your abdominals, the balance, the poise, the finding neutral will become more like second nature as your brain starts to get used to it. I hope that you enjoyed this practice today, that you found it helpful and your body is feeling good and you're ready for whatever you're going on to next today. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I will see you again soon.